Batcat Productions here. Just got back from seeing Crazy Rich Asians. It was an okay movie. I mean, it had some decent laughs in it. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as saying it's great, but it is good. It's worth a see. I wouldn't buy it. Actors were fairly good. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's not really much to say about it. I mean, it's worth a see, but not worth buying. And we also have to talk about our good buddy Moonvess. Les Moonvess. Swear this guy is like out of a freaking horror story or something. You know, freaking making people go down on him and, forcing them to do this. Les has got to be taken out of power, man. It's got to go. Sorry, Les. It's time for you to get kicked in the rear and put in a hole. Get the show. It's time to bury him as well. Alright, so Les Moonvess, guy's a friggin' creep. He was a creeper to begin with, didn't like Star Trek, man. If you don't like Star Trek, why are you trying to do stories with Star Trek? You're just gonna do whatever. You need to be gone. Les Moonvess. Guy's crazy as hell. Get Kurtzman and Moonvess just, digging their little claws into Star Trek, making it a friggin' a hybrid of disaster. It's like it's not. It isn't. I wouldn't even call it Star Trek. I'd call it something like I don't know, space loser. Because let's face it. I mean, if you're gonna go out there and start talking about, having a Spock with feelings. I mean, come on, we all know it's coming. We all know that Spock's gonna be like a crybaby, sitting there crying on, Michael Burnham's shoulder, and or like, as Doomcock likes to call her, the plank of wood. Yeah, she's gonna, I can just see it now, Spock guy's gonna be crying, she's gonna be all planky Spock, sitting there, no emotion at all, be like she, up against a friggin' pillar. I'm sorry, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be rough to see that, man. It's gonna be a nightmare of epic proportions. Let's face it, Mikey Spock, man. Freaking, I don't know. Les Moonvess. I mean, this is beyond. I mean, it's one thing to go around, and I don't like the fact that of what they were saying he did before, but now it's gone to a point where he's actually, physically abusing women. What civilized person does that? Huh? What civilized person goes around forcing women to do stuff? It's like like I said before, it's a nightmare. We're living in a nightmare right now as far as Star Trek is concerned. It's going to be a damn hard thing to wake up from. But CBS is going to get a nice little kick in the rear. And then that nightmare is going to be over, hopefully. All right. Well, I pretty much said what I have to say about the movie, and I was thinking about maybe checking out some of the stuff on Netflix, seeing if there's any good stuff on there. I've been thinking about doing Stranger Things, but series right now, I just don't have the time to, invest in that. I may look into some of the movies that have come out. I do want to check out Iron Fist, though. That's supposedly it's better than last year, or last season. It better be, because last season sucked. I mean, when he played in the Defenders, he was a little bit better. But, yeah, hopefully this time, he pulls his head out of his ass and starts acting. Instead of being a little sniffling wimp. I don't want to use my iron fist. Fist. Yeah, whatever. Alright. So anyway. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. About to eat dinner here. I might get on later tonight, and put out another few minutes of stuff. See, this week I'm going to get some exclusive content on my feelings about Last Jedi, and also Force Awakens, and then I'm going to talk about some of the Star Trek movies, such as, I'm talking about, the JJ verse, or Kelvin timeline. I'm going to go talk about Star Trek, the reboot, and Into Darkness, and Star Trek Beyond. I'm going to talk about those on Patreon. I'm probably going to do most of the older movie type of things on Patreon. And if you want to see that, I've got the Patreon page set up. And this week I'll get some of that up on there to just to give you guys some extra content for joining Patreon page. And I'm probably going to be doing a bunch of some of the older movies, like Unforgiven, maybe some Blade Runner, rewatch them and give them a fresh take on what I've seen. And a lot of these movies I haven't seen in a while. So, I'll get a fresh take on them as well. So I'm going to look into those. Hopefully there'll be some news from EVS sometime in the near future. I only had the morning show today. There wasn't really a lot going on there. He had a couple people on, and yeah, it was alright. Who I haven't heard from is Doomcock. He put out that one video, but no streaming lately. I wonder if anybody knows what happened to him. It's a little scary, man. Did, Les Moonvess, come out of the dark and friggin' put a little moonlight on him and friggin' make him disappear? Yeah, Doomcock, man, gone. There's only so much evil you can spread in the world, when there's somebody like Moonvess around. So, and Kurtzman. Come on, Moonvess and Kurtzman, Roundhead Ryan Johnson, all those guys are evil to a point that you can't, Cray KK needs to, all those guys need to be friggin', they're all nightmares. It's a nightmare. Those guys they're all freaking nightmares. They all need, I need to get a shovel. That's what needs to happen. Get a shovel. Really, that's about it for right now. Let's do a little quick shot of the kitty. The bat cat in her natural habitat of the backyard. So you guys have a great night. I know the bat cat's going to. I'm going to get nice and full, so I'm going to. So this is Bat Cat Production, signing off.